Oh, hey, buddy, it's your old pal Scott, and this is Let's Talk Tabletop. Like many people, I've gotten frustrated with Games Workshop and Warhammer over the years. The constant rules changes and the imbalances between armies, and I'm constantly buying new codexes for my various armies. Now, I still play Warhammer, but many people, such as myself, have gone to other miniatures agnostic games or other games that have their own miniatures. So you've got Conquest, you've got Kings of War, you've got Bolt Action, you've got one-page rules, etc., etc. But for me, obviously, I go to Mass Brutality, which is the mass battle version of Brutality Skirmish War Game, which is part of the Brutality family of games: Brutal Space, Brutal Epic, Brutality Skirmish, and Mass Brutality. And they're all different versions of the same rule set. Similar to Age of Sigmar and 40k, how they're similar, but actually even more similar than that. So once you learn one, you basically know them all. They're just tweaks. Anyway, I have always loved Green Lantern, and this is my chance, using Mass Brutality's rules, to make my units the way I want to, using whatever miniatures, using 3D printing and all of that. And I wanted to show you my project I've been working on. I'm really, really proud of it. I have repainted all these HeroClix models, and I've printed all of these green constructs, which is really cool to me. I'm really proud of it, and I want to show it to you. So, of course, I am not a professional painter, and of course, I'm not a professional 3D modeler or 3D printer. So, obviously, some of this may be a little subpar to you guys, but I am really happy with it. But at the end of the day, I do this for me, and I'm really enjoying it. Just 30 minutes ago, I was on this very table playing my Green Lantern Corps army versus my friend James's Custodes, the 40k miniatures. And it's any genre, whatever you want. Fantasy, sci-fi, superheroes, whatever. So I want to show you how I made this army, and I'm really excited for you to see it. So let's dig in. For those of you who don't know, the Green Lantern Corps is essentially space cops, and they patrol the entire galaxy. They all have their own sectors, and they're all aliens. There are some humans, obviously. There's like 8 Green Lanterns for Earth total. It's a lot, from Simon Baz all the way to Hal Jordan. So let's dive into the Green Lantern Corps army for Mass Brutality. Let's start with my very favorite character, Hal Jordan. Essentially, I wanted him in a giant Emerald Knight construct. So I bored a hole in the free STL I got, and I made sure that it was big enough for him to fit in there. I had to trim his HeroClix to fit into the hole, and then glue it all together. I have him statted out as 3 Zealot modules. For John Stewart, I just found a giant gun because he's known as a sniper and an ex-Marine, etc. And I just changed it around a little bit. I added a Gatling gun on top of it, etc. And he is 2 Shredder modules. Kyle Rayner is 3 Berserker modules, and I have him here depicting a dinosaur. That is actually one of the tree supports that's coming from his hand, and he is fully suspended by it, so I'm really excited for that. Another free STL. I chose to depict Sodom Yacht as the Ion, which he only was for a short amount of time, but he is 5 Rampager modules, and again, free STL files of the wings and sword from an existing model I cut up and glued him onto. Now, I know technically Alan Scott is not part of the Green Lantern Corps, but I really like him, so I included him, and he does have a Green Lantern ring. He is 4 Assassin modules, and he's also got the Fire Elemental legendary trait, so he's got a lot of burning tokens he deals. Guy Gardner is a 2-module executioner because he's got that giant hand. I got a free STL of a fist. I matched the position he was doing on his model, and I printed the base just like this. This is a 6-fighter module of the Lost Lanterns, and all of them were actually existing HeroClix, except for Kahan in the back there, which I actually had to kit bash out of a movie version of Kilowog, which was fun. Now, the rest of all these following models are all single module characters, so such as Sarek there. They're usually supports, like attached supports, and like Salak there on the right is a tactician, etc. And I can give them my powers such as regeneration or mend or whatever. There's Jade and Tomar Ray, and then we've got Kilowog, of course. Now, he's a 2-module brute by himself. And Aricia and Monel, This blue Abin Sur I actually painted to be a Bolian, and he's an icon, which I thought was funny. And Simon Baz is a healer. And then we've got a couple people that are just generic lanterns that I can add as extra modules to existing units. Some of these characters are repaints, such as the Kid Flash all the way to the right, or the character with Tigra's head, second from the left, that sort of thing, and that's a lot of fun to do. And what's really cool is being that they make constructs, I was able to use this filament and make a line of sight blocking barrier, a pair of them on the left, and movement blocking barriers on the right as brick walls and smoke clouds. This has been a super fun project, and they do catch the light differently in real life. They look almost chrome or like a metallic green in the images, but in real life they're more of a shimmering color. And all of these for the entire army were free STLs. And there you have it, essentially. This is my entire army as of right now. My friend just got me one of the big Green Lantern batteries he had laying around from HeroClix, so I'm going to make that into a Locus. And I just ordered some blue and indigo lanterns to make just single units like I did with the Lost Lanterns. This has been super fun as a kit bashing and STL editing project. And even though I'm an amateur, I've had a lot of fun with it. I'm happy with the results. And what's crazy is all of this was printed with a single spool of green translucent filament, and it was $22. I made this entire army, and I have about a third of a spool left, so I'm probably going to add to it as I go along. Oh, and I almost forgot to mention, as an homage to the fact that all these are HeroClix, and being that I don't know every single one of these characters by name, I actually included the HeroClix bases with their name tags on their bases for the people that I wasn't as familiar with. Like Rond Vidar, I had no idea who he was, so this is really helpful. Oh, and as an added bonus, free STLs of these crystals I was able to print with that same filament, just to add some flavor to the base. And of course, while I'm no professional painter, I did repaint all of these HeroClix because, by and large, they have very mediocre to bad paint jobs on them, so I touched them up. So let me know in the comments what you think of this army. Would you actually play against this army in real life with your sci-fi or fantasy or superhero or whatever armies on the tabletop? And if you have any questions about Mass Brutality or the other games in that family of games, please feel free to check out our Facebook page or email me at brutalityskirmishwargame@gmail.com or comment on this comment section of this video. And I would like to thank all of my beautiful, sexy, good-smelling Patreon patrons for supporting this show and keeping it going. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you, just as I appreciate everybody who watched the episode and liked, shared, commented, subscribed, etc. I will see you next week, guys.